Hi, guys. Welcome to Needed Talks podcast. And I am one of your favorite hosts, May May. And today we are interviewing.
Camil,
Okay, so today our topic is mom talks, of course. And so my first question to you is what year did you become a mom?
2021.
Okay, so your child's three.
I have two.
Two.
Yeah, I just had a baby 3 months ago.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, how has your perspective on life changed since becoming a mother?
Um, Pretty much everything is different. Like before I was a mom, I could just get up and go. Now I have to worry about two other people. Like I can't do anything. Every move I make, I have to think about them first. Um, yeah, it's just I think that I've grown more as a mom than what I would have been if I didn't have my child, honestly.
I understand that. I feel you on that. Gotta pack the kids up too, so I ain't coming.
Yeah.
What's your proudest moment as a mom so far?
Um, I want to say my proudest moment is advocating for my kids. Like my oldest son, he had like a speech delay, and I figured he had a speech delay when he was a couple months old because he wasn't saying as many words as I thought he should. So I did some research. I got him an IEP, and I just kept following through with it. I don't know. It's just like really trusting my gut when it comes to being a mom because I feel like doctors would tell you anything. And you just gotta take it with like a grain of salt. Like
I want to say I'm proud of you for that. Moms out there, if you see any signs that your child needs help, get help. Don't be embarrassed, please.
yeah.
It's not nothing to be embarrassed about. Good job. Okay, so what's the most challenging part of your day-to-day life as a mom?
um, Honestly, it's like every day is like a new challenge, honestly, because in the morning I have to get my toddler ready. I'm still like not getting no sleep at night. So getting him ready, getting him to school, making sure he has his lunch packed. That's all like that's just it's a lot because I have to do all of that and still take care of myself. I'm gonna be going to work in like a month, so I have to rope that into it too. Um, and then I think that also like finding like a job that works with my kids too. Like I've had the same job for 2 years, but I need to let them go and get a new job, which I'm starting that job next month. But because my job that I have now, I can't have my phone. And it was fine when I had a toddler, but now I have a newborn, so I need access to my phone. So it's just like I think just finding like jobs, friends that work with you and your kids.
Okay, so since you said friends, how do you think your friendships has changed since you became a mom?
Um, I really have like one or two like strong friendships. I think that they respect me as a mother. It is hard though because sometimes they do call me to vent and I'm like telling my son that he need to stop or something like that. And it's like I can't really dedicate as much time to them. But I think that they understand it. I will say that it is hard because I did have a friend who was like really like immature, and our friendship kind of really got strained because of the fact that I needed to tend to my kid and she's like a wild child. So I think that's hard,
So do you have
honestly.
a lot of mom friends or a lot of kidless friends?
I think that I have more friends that are moms than
Okay.
kidless, but honestly I wish that I had more friends that are kidless, if that makes sense. Because I feel like when you have mom friends, it just kind of just becomes just moms.
Right.
Like we
Okay.
don't really go out and do things with each other. I feel like it's always like us going out with kids, which I like that. But I want to go out with just my friends and not talk about my kids
So the
sometimes.
friend that you were saying was immature, was she a mom or no?
No,
So do you think
but
that's the
she was also
reason?
younger than me though
Oh,
too.
okay,
So
okay,
I think that I like my best friend doesn't have any kids, but she understands completely.
okay. All right. She's auntie.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
Dami.
Okay. So can you talk about a moment when you felt like you were failing as a mom and how you overcame it?
Yeah, with my first son, I want to say like the first couple months having him, I had postpartum depression. I felt like I didn't have like a grasp on motherhood at all. Um, and like I was just literally not wanting to be here. Like, but the only thing that really kind of kept me here is because I just didn't want my son to not have a mom. So I think that that was the hardest part, but also pretty much like this last year too, he had like behavior problems, I think with his speech delay. And I just couldn't get a grasp on that either. I felt like every time I figure something out with him, like he throws me like another curveball. So, but now everything's good and I'm managing 2 kids.
Okay, you're
Well,
doing
so
it. So, how has being a mom highlighted your personal growth?
um it's highlighted my personal growth because now I kind of think in the future. I don't think for right now anymore. It definitely stresses me out because I worry about their future more than anything. But I'm always thinking like, okay, 2 years from now, I don't want to be even in this state. Like I want to have a house and things like that. Like it just kind of makes me like, instead of having like long-term goals, I have like big short-term goals.
Okay, I like that. So, what's one thing you wish society understood about being a mom?
Um, I wish society understood to give us like some grace because I feel like people are so quick to judge us as mothers. I mean, I have to sometimes catch myself too because sometimes I'll be out in the store and I'll be like, "Why is she letting him do that?" or something. But I think that that's just because of society. Like we don't give us like any grace. I feel like we kind of give like no shade on dads. But we kind of give dads a lot of leeway, but we don't give moms that same courtesy. And I feel like that's just, it's not fair for us. Like I pretty much like put myself on a really high pedestal, and I don't know. I just don't think that's right.
Okay, so what is like a couple key points that you would give, advice that you would give a young trying mother?
Wait. No, okay. So I would really give them, I would say like honestly,
Someone who has a kid first.
someone who has a kid,
Yeah.
I would say that they need to set boundaries with their kids. I mean, I know we young, and sometimes I look at myself and I'll be like, I can't believe I'm a mom, and I got 2 kids. But I think that like young moms too, like your kids should have a bedtime schedule. Your kids should have a routine that they're following. My son, not necessarily has chores, but he knows that if he brings his toys to the living room, he has to bring them back to his room. He has to clean his room every day. He goes to bed by 8:30. Like I'm 24, but I have to have that kind of standard with him because even though he's 3, he understands a lot more than people give him credit for. So I feel like more moms should kind of do that. Like don't just kind of raise your kids as like friends. We friends, but we not like
We
friends.
not friends, friends.
So
Okay, so what's advice that you would give some young women out there that wants to have kids?
wait, like honestly,
I don't know who said have kids. They lie. Ain't nobody never said
yeah,
nothing like
I
that.
would say wait. I tell everybody to wait. Like even when people come up to me, because I get complimented on me being a mom a lot, and I think a lot of times like people come up to me and say like, oh my sons give them baby fever, and I be telling them like no, like I probably make it look easy, but it's really not. Like
Right.
it's really not. I would tell them to wait.
Okay, so I have another question. How do you manage being a mom and incorporating time for yourself?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Like honestly, I do like carve out a little bit of time, but it really is hard for me. Like even when I buy stuff, like these sneakers, I had to think like for a whole week and some change whether or not I wanted to buy these because I kept thinking like if either of my sons needed something and I didn't want them to have nothing, I just bought me some sneakers. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I will say that my mom helps me out a lot. Like she takes my sons every other weekend. So the weekend that I don't have them, I don't do anything, but that's time that I can. So
You
I
must got an old
know.
mom, not old, but like the old school mom, because the new school moms be getting drunk. They don't babysit. The
My
new
mom
school moms don't
42.
babysit. Oh, she young. Oh, but she a
Yeah.
good grandma, because the new grandmoms don't babysit.
Yeah, no. My mom take him every weekend. She
That's
hasn't
good.
gotten the newborn yet. I haven't let her really. I wanted to wait till like he's like 6 months, but yeah,
Okay.
she takes them every week, every other weekend.
Okay.
So,
So my last question: how do you manage having a toddler and an infant?
well, their dad,
Okay.
which is my boyfriend,
Okay.
it's been good because he really takes control with the toddler and I just handle the newborn. Like our bedtime routine is he puts the toddler in the bath. I might cook dinner, but he'll serve the plates or whatever like that. I stay up with the newborn at night, which is good because his nighttime routine is pretty much fine. But him doing that helps me because then I don't have to do both of them.
So do you think dad's presence helps you out a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I agree.
Honestly.
I agree. People need their dads.
Yeah.
The moms need the dads. Okay.
It does. It really
It
does.
helps. All right. So, since you mentioned postpartum, do you think that you dealt with postpartum, or do you think you're still dealing with it? Because I know that you have two children. So, do you think you got over the first stage with your first child before having the second child?
Yeah. I think that the gap between them, because they have a 3-year gap, really helped. Honestly, I haven't had like a postpartum moment with my first son since he was like 1. So I feel like I'm fine with that. This one, it hasn't hit me at all. So I don't, yeah, but it was definitely hard with the first one. I know people usually say with the second one is when it hit, but my first one really took me for a loop because I just felt like I couldn't do anything right. Like it was really just me, and I really feel like it was really the sleep deprivation, and I wasn't living with my boyfriend at the time either. Like we was going back and forth. So it was just a lot on me like all the time, and I just felt like I didn't want to be here.
So, do you think postpartum with your first child prepare you for postpartum with your second child?
Maybe. Like I was really scared about it. I did also like try to figure out ways that I could reduce postpartum with my second child, and it hasn't hit me at all. Like I was breastfeeding my second child because they said that reduces it. Like I was really scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was really scared to have another baby because I felt like if I went through that again, I wasn't gonna make it. But I'm here. So
Well, I'm glad you overcame that. So, another question I would say is, what is some advice that you would give current mothers who are experiencing postpartum?
Honestly, I would say like try to have like a support system. I know that's not really up to us, but try to reach out to people. I would also say like try to get outside as much as you can, especially with the baby. Like I take my second born everywhere with me. He's down here now, like not here, but I brought him down here to because it's just like I don't know, us getting out the house. I feel like also helps me. I'm not like cramped in my own apartment or anything like that, and I don't know. I just think like having fun and experiencing life, like going out with your friends and stuff like that, that really helps.
Okay, that's good. So, did you have to, go to therapy or anything, or you just kind of self-healed yourself from postpartum?
Yeah, I kind of just self-healed myself. Like I did tell my boyfriend, but I feel like men don't really understand like the grasp of what it is. Like
Yeah.
it was just like I feel like he kind of understood it, but not like in depth as to like the extent that it was. But yeah, I didn't really talk about it with anybody. I don't even think I talked about it with my mom. I just kind of just kept going. Like, but I'm just like that type of person anyway. Like I won't really take time or anything like that. I just kind of get through anything on my own.
So, do you think that it was being as though you had postpartum with your first son? It was because you were a first-time mom.
I think it was because I was a first-time mom, but also it was during COVID too. We wasn't allowed outside, and also like I was like in the house with my mom and things like that. And I just feel like I don't know. I felt like I didn't want anybody to tell me how to raise my son, so I kind of took on a lot on my own. And I wasn't getting no sleep. I didn't know how to do a lot. Like I didn't know that babies mix up night and day. Like one night my son watched all 3 seasons of Coco Melon like by himself. So I was just trying to like figure that all out. And
So, is it safe to say that there's no handbook to motherhood?
it's really not.
You have
Like
to learn as you go.
my two, like they're different. They look the same, but they're very different. So no, I don't. It's just no.
So let that be a note to you guys, to you mothers, young, old, it doesn't matter. There's no handbook to motherhood. Don't let your grandma and your aunt tell you how to be a mom.
Oh my God.
You have to experience it through yourself and grow for yourself. The end. Bye, guys. Like it was very flowy.